All right, guys. So that was Crimes of Passion. Yeah, I'm curious to what you guys think. We're very, very proud of the video. I think it turned out actually way better than I originally expected. Like, there's something about it. Like, I think it really suits the song in many ways, and I think, I don't know, it just brings like a different perspective to the song in many ways. Oh, thanks, Chaz. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I think it's, like, especially after the whole of Dawn, and Dawn is such like a specific, really, on purpose, like a very specific record, or not on purpose, really. It just came out that way, and I think it's cool to come back and just bring some dancey vibes as well, because I think that's something that, I don't think that is just something that we love as a project. I grew up in the 80s and 90s and sort of came of age in the 90s and early 2000s, and like, so I'm very influenced by both, like singer-songwriter music, like experimental music, like Radiohead, whatever, but then also great pop and dance music, and Like a Prayer by Madonna. Like I was saying that, the early kind of 90s pop rave bands like Cut Copy, so I think there's definitely these two extremes to St. Lucia, and I feel like these two records really show those two sides. Anyway, thank you, Chip. Panda Rolling Down a Hill, another banger. Thanks so much, Kayla. Honestly, so good. It's a dusk dancing vibe. Thank you, Kayla. Sammy says, like a shot of dopamine. Awesome. Kayla asked, have you played it live yet? We've not played it live yet, but the band's coming over to rehearse in a couple of weeks to prepare for some summer shows, and we'll be rehearsing it then to play live. Almost a bit of Brighter Love mixed with physical, really good vibe overall. Thank you, Chaz. Chip says it felt very 80s. Yeah, I think it's, to me, it almost feels like more 90s in a way, but whatever. I don't know. I'll take any of those decades. I love the music from those decades, as you guys know. Sammy's asking, any plans on coming to Mexico soon? No current plans, but I think as our touring schedule develops, I'm sure something will come up for Mexico, because we actually had a tour planned for September of this year, but we had to postpone it just because Dustin, our drummer, is having a baby at the end of August, or they're due at the end of August, so he probably wouldn't be able to do the tour. And then Nikki also had some last minute thing that sort of came up, so we just decided to push it a bit later. And anyway, this new album Dusk is going to be coming out in December anyway, so it kind of feels like a little bit later is fine, Yeah, it's huge for Dustin. I'm so happy for him. I think he's going to be a great dad. His wife Nalima is really awesome and lovely, and one of mine and Patty's favorite people. And we love Dustin too, of course, as you guys know. But yeah, any like other questions or thoughts or praise you want to shower me with, or or criticism perhaps? I think I had seen the premiere last week. What? I did share this early to Patreon. Like, we always share our tracks and videos early to Patreon. We don't like advertise it that much because it's just a quiet little thing that we do. We're not trying to milk people, but we do that. So if you guys ever want to see things early, definitely sign up to our Patreon. Oh yeah, so for anyone that missed it, yes, Kevin Driscoll is asking, we'll be lucky enough to get a few more singles ahead of the December album release. Yeah, so for anyone that missed it, I feel like there's more people here now than were on the pre-live stream. But basically, tomorrow we're officially announcing that we have another album coming out. But actually, it's the same album. It's just the second half. So this is it's essentially a double album project. Dawn was the first. It's kind of like, we made it really obvious, and a bunch of people have known for a while. But Dawn is the first half. Dusk is the second half. Dawn was more of a kind of very intentional kind of slightly experimental, like singer-songwritery, like, I mean, I don't really want to typecast it too much, but it just had a very specific vibe that I think some people really vibed with, some people didn't. And Dusk is a lot more of like a kind of like a dance pop record in many ways. So I think almost every song, apart from maybe the last two songs, are definitely are danceable and or have a dancey or dancey vibe, depending on how you pronounce it. And yes, there will be more singles coming out and more videos. And yeah, this is just a very full-on project for us. And I have basically, for the last year, pretty much, I've probably spent 80% of my time working on video and photo stuff, which is just, I guess, the nature of the beast these days. But we also just decided to take it on and just really try and improve the quality of the video stuff that we put out and to just learn something. So all of these videos, you know, I basically directed that video and all these videos with Zander, even though Zander came to us with the concept. We developed it together, and we, you know, we'll be sharing some more behind the scenes stuff from it, but you know, it was just really full on musically, you know, making a double album with strings, with everything, you know, in terms of just mixing and the years of going back and forth. And, you know, Dawn was actually almost fully completed before we even started making Utopia. And then Dusk was more or less the music that came after Utopia with some older stuff that we'd been developing for a long time, but just never sort of really came together until recently. So that was really full on, just the music. And then we just decided to go full on with the visuals as well. So it's just been the most full on project we've ever done from every level. And I'm super proud of us, super proud of the team, super proud of what we've managed to achieve. And it's pretty vast and broad in scope. And I'm really excited for you guys to like be able to hear and see the whole thing together, because it's pretty epic. Yeah, Dusk is finished. Dusk has been finished and mastered for... Dusk was mostly finished already last year at some point, but it was only the final masters were only, I think, submitted like 6 weeks ago or something. Yeah, Dusk is finished. The Year of St. Lucia, yeah, hopefully. It will be released on vinyl. I'm just like reading the questions and answering them. Yes, it will be released on vinyl, and we'll have a few special like box set things where you can put both Dawn and Dusk in the box, and the design of both. So you can see actually the cover is like, I don't know if it's going to stay on here, and I don't know if there's any way that I can show you. Maybe I'll just show you on my phone. Maybe there's a way I can show you on my phone. But you'll see it. The cover is, you know, it's also just a photo that we took on our trip to South Africa, and it's also very similar to the cover for Dawn, but it's not exact. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but that's it. That's the cover, and it's us reflected. It's actually an upside down image, so the right way up is actually the other way around, and it's us reflected in like a lagoon in some water at a beach in South Africa. So can you see that? Yeah, and then you should zoom into our faces as well, because our facial reflections just look ridiculous. And it's kind of, I don't know, in some way it's like a play on how we see ourselves and social media and filters and how we project ourselves out into the world and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, there's some people on here from our label network, so maybe if you beg them, they'll decide to do CDs. I mean, we did CDs for Utopia. I don't know how well they sold, you know, but I'm sure at some point we'll make the high-res files available, and you can probably just download them. I don't know. We'll figure that out and put them on a CD. But CDs would be great. So it's safe to ask if we're having a long track on Dusk too. There's nothing as long on Dusk as on Dawn, but I think there's more like individual tracks. Hang on. I can actually just share with you guys the whole track list. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do this. You know, go big or go home. Here it is. Fata Morgana, Dusk. What is the longest? The longest song is 5:20. So definitely the songs on this one are shorter. And the track list is Oh Daddy, track 1. Track 2 is Crimes of Passion. Track 3 is Lights Off. Track 4 is People Change. Track 5 is Giving It Up. Track 6 is Summer Nights. Track 7 is Into the Sky. Track 8 is The Universe Explodes, which is one of the oldest Saintish tracks we've ever released. I think we wrote it in 2008. Me and Patty in our old apartment. Track 9 is Out of the Ashes, and track 10 is Something's in the Way, Reprise. Yeah. I'm curious what came of your collaboration with Matthew Mole. Is that something possibly to come out with the Dust project? No, that track is not on the Dust project. I mean, that's still in development. I think the track we wrote is very un-Matthew Mole. Like, it was a very, Matthew really has his own particular, and for anyone that doesn't know, Matthew Mole is a great South African artist who's become a good friend of ours. And actually the electric guitar that I'm using in all the kind of promo shots and the music videos for Fata Morgana Dawn and Dusk, the whole Fata Morgana project, is his electric guitar that he let me use. And he actually overnight shipped it from Johannesburg to Cape Town when we were out there, because I was like, I need an electric guitar, who has one? And he was like, I'll let you use it. Alan, I agree we should release a double CD. Oh man, remember those? Like the double CD? Like, actually, that's a great idea. Maybe that's a good reason to release a CD, is just release a double CD or double cassette. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, so, it's all happening. A lot of music coming out. Tour is definitely in the works. We had one totally nailed and, lined up, but then it just felt like it wasn't meant to be, because obviously it's more important for Dustin to be with his wife and child and newborn child that is coming. And for us, I think it's just important that if we go on tour, we do everything we can to tour with the original lineup, because I think there's some power in that, and I think it's important, and we love the guys in the band, and oh, thank you guys. No, it's great. I mean, we really appreciate you guys being around and listening to the music, and I know there's a lot of media and art content, whatever you want to call it, being thrown at people these days, but we really don't take this thing lightly. I mean, we take it lightly too, I think it's important to not be overly serious, but like, we love what we do. We put everything into it. We really try and take everything to the max that we can, and we really appreciate it when people appreciate it and listen to it, and it's just nice, It's just nice. Okay, anything else, guys? I have to hop off soon. It's like 20 minutes past midnight here in Germany, but this is great. I'm not complaining. I'll be excited to see when you all end up going. Yes. Any tour plans here in Brazil? Oh, not currently, but I've actually never been to Brazil, but I'm such a lover of Brazilian music. Like Milton Nascimento, I'm sure you guys have seen, was a big influence on certain songs on this record, on a lot of it actually. There's just a lot of great Brazilian music that I really love. But yeah, I mean, we will definitely be touring, if not later this year, then early next year. We're just trying to figure out availability and venues and everything. And but yeah, we love this and we want to do it and we love doing it and we hope we get to do it for a long time. And oh, great. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you for pre-saving it. I appreciate it. Fata Morgana Dawn will come out in December at some point. Let me see here in my calendar, if it is in my calendar. October, November, December. Oh my God. To even be thinking about December at this point. 5th of December, 2025. Damn. And then it's 26. And then we're like all a million years old. Well, some of us are. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for hopping on this. This has been really, really, yeah. No, but it's, yeah. Okay. But yeah, this has been awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in and for taking part in the art and the music that we make. And we really appreciate your love. And yeah, share it with your friends, spread the word. And hopefully we can keep doing this thing. We love it. Mwah. Have a great rest of your day or evening. Bye.